And we are live. Good morning. Hey, Deb, I see you. Oh, you got your mug of tea and ready to see what's cooking this morning. Well, guess what? We have a guest this morning. My granddaughter is here with me today. This is my ladybug. And she's going to be cooking with me today, which is going to be so much fun. I'm so looking forward to it. Hey, Ronnie, good morning. And we are going to be just kind of moving around and getting some things done. Hold on one second. Nikita, take this bag with you. Okay. Yes, the kitchen is busy. You know how Saturday mornings are. We are always having people in, people out, people in, people out. But that's family. That's what it's all about. So let's get down to what we're doing. Now, we have been busy this morning doing a lot of prep and trying to make sure, hey, Sin, and we are trying to take a look today. I wanted to take one particular meat and to work it between 3 dishes. Now, guys, I went to the grocery yesterday and just about fainted because, oh my goodness, but besides the fact I went to the gas station and almost fainted because I only had a fourth of a tank and it took as much financially or money-wise to fill up that fourth of the tank as it used to take for the whole gas tank when it was empty. So, I can't believe how things are changing so quickly. And, last week, Denise and I were working on those tasty dishes that were for the family that we could put together that were very reasonable on the pocket. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. We need to put some food together that we can get on the table, feed our family, and keep the costs down as much as possible. So what I did today was that last night in the crock pot, I put together a whole chicken. And that's how we're going to start. One whole chicken, guys. And we're going to stretch that chicken as far as we can. Good morning, Patricia. How are you? How's everybody? I hope you're having a great day. We got sunshine here today. And when the sun shines, that's always a great time. And for those of you who don't know, this is one of my granddaughters. I have 4 granddaughters. I was hoping to have almost all of them here, but that didn't work out today, so that's okay. But I have Ladybug here today. We've got a full Saturday planned of things that we're going to be doing. So we're not going to spend much time with explanations. I'm going to try to talk as loud as I can. I hope you can hear me. I want to make sure the mic is turned up. And we're ready to roll. Now, we are going to put together, first of all, casseroles can serve a lot of people. So we're going to put together a casserole. Now, we already started some water, and I've got the top on it, so it will come up very quickly. And so once it starts bubbling, we're going to add some elbow macaroni. Now, elbow macaroni, as you know, is one of those things that you can get pretty reasonable at the grocery store. Reasonable things are always wonderful. And so when you can make various casseroles, you can take a 2-pound box of elbow macaroni and make almost 4 meals. So we're going to take, I have a 2-pound, but I didn't, I'm probably not going to use the whole 2 pounds. And so I'm probably going to use 1 pound today because I'm actually going to do a little cooking for Ladybug. I'm going to have her all set up for next week. So when she comes home from school and mom home from work, they won't have to do a lot of cooking. They're going to have food that's already prepared for the week. So we're going to put it together, aren't we? All right. So let's get to it. All right, now you keep an eye on the water, make sure that we're ready to go. And I'm going to keep an eye, and you're going to keep me straight. Let's see. Now you hold on to that. And we need in this tub, I'm gonna give you the bowl, and we got a half cup scoop. See if you can scoop maybe about that much of the chicken. You can either use a tongs or use this or use a scoop. And we're gonna put in about, let's see, we're gonna probably divide this about right there. And that's gonna be our first dish. So we'll put that chicken in there. It's so nice having a little helper here today. And we're looking at things that are shelf stable that we can keep in the kitchen and put that food on the table. And you know, the cool thing is that back in the day, ladies prepared a lot of their weekday meals on Saturday. And imagine, take an hour on Saturday, put together at least 3 meals for the next week. Ah, wonderful. All right, we got chicken in there ready to go. Okay, how's our water coming? Let's see. Okay, it's getting there, it's getting there. We're gonna give it about 1 more minute, then we'll be ready to add in half of that box. Okay, like you're gonna need this. This is the cream. We're using cream of celery, and we're gonna use cream of chicken. So we're going to, let me get you a spatula, and we're gonna empty both of those in on the chicken. Either one. All right. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. We certainly have. And our water has boiled. It is boiling. I'm going to throw in a little salt. Now we need a little salt. We don't want to overdo it, but we do need a little salt. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt in, about a teaspoon or so. So I'm watching my salt. And we're going to put in about a half box of our elbow macaroni. Here we go. I'm going to add about a pound of macaroni. Okay. All right. So we're just going to sit this off, the rest of this off to the side, because I have a container that the leftovers will go in later. I've got those. I'm going to use my spurtle here and give this a really good stir. I got this up on high because we wanted to go ahead and cook. And I'm going to probably cook this pretty al dente, so that, because it's going to need to do a little cooking once it goes into the oven. All right. Now, let's add a little bit of house seasoning. That's what I have, house seasoning. So look in there and get a teaspoon. You can use either this one or that one, either one. And you're going to sprinkle in a teaspoon of house seasoning. All right, so she's put in a can of cream of celery, a can of cream of mushroom, and we're adding in some seasoning with that chicken. Woo-hoo. That's going to be so good. And we're going to need some cheese. Let's keep our pasta bubbling. It is. Okay. All right, we've got some cheese. Anybody want to do a little cubing? There we are. They're up there. And we're going to actually just use about 2 cups of cheese. So now what I usually do for me, so Ladybug knows, I slice first, make several slices, watch your fingers, and then stack them together and make long sticks like that. Then put the sticks together and make little baby cubes. So they'll melt. Okay, you good to go? All right, now. There we go. I just love it. Having my granddaughter here in the kitchen, and she loves to cook. And it is always a good time. In fact, I have my grandkids all like to cook. And I hope I'm an influence with that and helps with that because we're training them now. They don't know it. They're just having fun. But this is where you learn. You know, we're not forcing them to necessarily cook in the kitchen. I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I don't force. I just let them have an opportunity if they want to work in the kitchen with me, and they're learning while they're working. So we've got lots of stuff there. Let's see, there we go. Now, we've got diced onions, we've got diced green peppers. Oh, guys. This morning, I woke up to the best smell. Oh, it was so good. Where last night, I took chicken, onions, celery, seasoning, put it into a crock pot, covered it with some pre-prepared Walmart. Let's see, I had about 8 cups of Walmart cheap chicken broth. Put it over that chicken and let it cook all night long. We woke up to the best smell this morning. Oh, it was so good. And so we're going to be making a ramen today because we have such good broth. So we're working on putting our casserole together. Whoop, our chicken and spaghetti casserole. Our pasta's going here. I'm going to take this off. We don't want any accidents today. Hey. Oh, yeah. I'm going to turn this down. There we go. Oh, yeah. I'm going to let that sit there for a little while. In fact, I'm going to turn it off for a moment. I'm just going to let it sit in this hot, bubbling water for a few minutes while we finish chopping up the goodies. Now, Corinne is taking care of the cheese for me. We've got the soups and the chicken in this bowl. Now, I'm going to throw in some diced green pepper, and I guess I'll do it nicely since you all are here with me. But I'm going to add in, I've got a mixture. So I'm going to put in, we diced up a whole onion, and we also have a green pepper. So I'm putting that in. And I'm going to leave just a little bit of pepper in case we need it later. And so we've got that going. We're going to need let's see what else we need for this. Oh, we put in our seasonings. We need a little pepperoncino in there, just a tiny bit, because Ladybug's going to be eating this. Ladybug loves her, she likes pasta. She's a pasta girl. And I'm okay with that. I like pasta too. So not my amount. This is her amount. We're just putting in just a touch, just so it has good flavor. Now, I'm also going to add just a little bit of chopped carrots. Now, let me tell you a secret. That when my kids were little, and if there was a vegetable they didn't like green peppers, oh my God, if they saw the green pepper, the whole dish was white. If they saw the carrot, the whole dish was white. Now, they like the carrots raw by themselves, and they like the little green pepper sticks by themselves. But if they saw it in a casserole, it was over. So a suggestion is that you can blend your vegetables and then put them into your mixture. But because I know she's a good vegetable eater, I can go ahead, we've chopped this. In fact, she chopped things up, and I can go ahead and add them in. But if I had my baby granddaughter here, we would be blending. So we're adding the carrots, and we're not making it an overwhelming amount, but we've got the carrot going. All right, so let's give all of this a good toss. Not yet. Now, she just reminded me that we need just a little oil, and she's absolutely right. And you know, I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil, just a touch. You don't need a lot. Just a swizzle. 1, 2, 3. That's it, of the olive oil, which is about, we'll say about a tablespoon. Okay. We're probably going to need, because we need a little bit on top. Okay. Now, we've got seasonings. Now, here's the secret sauce. This is something that when I find it on sale, I keep. And as I use it, I put it in my refrigerator, whatever's left over, and sometimes even just freeze it into little cubes so I can drop it in. This is Basil Pesto, and this is by Prego. And Basil Pesto adds the best flavor to your spaghetti, to this dish, this chicken pasta that we're doing today. It needs a little basil, so we're going to add in a little basil pesto to it because it's got the garlic, it's got the basil, it's got the garlic, it's got all of those good things that we need in this dish. So we're going to do that. Open him up. Oh yeah, let me give him a shake. Shake, 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 shake. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm going to use your spoon, and I'm going to put in, I'm going to start with a heaping teaspoon. Ta-da! That's all we need, because you know basil goes a long way. Now, the rest of this, I'm going to put right in the refrigerator. And you know, it also has a little bit of oil to keep that basil going. But you know what? It will stay in your refrigerator for quite a few weeks, and it's good. So we've got our seasoning, we've got our oils, we've got all these good things. And I'm going to add a little bit of the pasta water. Now, Ladybug, I'm coming over there next to you, and there's some pasta water. Hey, I see everybody. And Denise, how are you this morning? It's a good morning. And you know, we're busy. So I've got 1 cup. I'm going to see how 1 cup does. And if we need more, I can always come back. There we go. We're going to pour that in. We want to make a good sauce. Now, Ladybug, if you'll put in, I'm going to say about half of the cheese that you have right there. Toss that in. Oh, yeah. That's it. Put that in there. Ooh-wee. That's going to be so good. All right. All right. Let's see how that's going. Yeah, we'll probably need just a little more because I think I'm going to add just a little more cheese because you know you like cheese and I like cheese, right? We are cheese girls. Now, that's one thing that's consistent across the family. We all like cheese. And this block of cheese that I got, I can't remember. Let me see if I can remember. This is, I got it on sale about 2 weeks ago, actually. This was Walmart's extra sharp cheddar. And I'm trying to see what the size. This was a 2-pound size, so it was pretty big. It was a large block of cheese, and I divided it into half initially and used part of that. And now I'm using the rest of it. And this actually lasted almost a month. So we're just now at the end of the month and we're using the rest of this. So as you prepare, remember, we got to make a plan and know what that plan's going to be. So when you go to the grocery, you can pick up the things that you need and stretch it throughout the month. And that's what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to give this a really good stir. And I think that's pretty good, Ladybug. All right, now I'm going to take this over and I'm going to start adding our pasta. I'm coming over closer to you guys so that we can get that pasta in. Now we're going to put this casserole together. Now I'm sure all of us have some variation of a chicken and pasta. Some of you may use spaghetti because sometimes I use spaghetti. Depends on what I have in the kitchen. And I am adding our al dente pasta to this bowl. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to just dump it because I want to look at the ratio of the mixture and the pasta. You want to make sure that it's going to feed the family because you know the pasta is your stretcher and the meat is just that part that kind of goes with the rest, everything else. So we're going to add the pasta in. We want it savory. We want it creamy. And just think, 2 cans of, you can choose, if you don't like cream of celery, you can use cream of mushroom in this. And you know what? If you didn't have chicken, you could do this with a can of tuna and fix a tuna casserole. But you want all of these little extras in because it cooks that tuna casserole up to another level. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about taking budget-friendly foods and making something delicious that everybody, I'm taking this to church for a potluck, and that dish was the first one to go. And I had tuna in it. A tuna casserole. And you know, usually everybody goes, oh gosh, please don't give me any tuna casserole. But you know what? It worked. So it looks pretty. And sometimes, now I'm not doing it today, but sometimes with my chicken spaghetti, our chicken pasta, I'll even add in some peas. And I add in just enough that for each serving, there's at least 3 or 4 peas. And they're so busy eating all the other good stuff that nobody notices the peas. The peas just kind of get cooked in there, but that is extra, extra nutrition for your family. So there we go. We've got, and now I think I need just a tad bit more pasta water. So I'm adding in another half cup of pasta water. There we go. Okay, oh yeah. So this is ready. So let me spray down our dish. Remember our dish with that the top broke the other week? Well, we're working it. We're using this dish because this dish is beautiful regardless whether it has a top or not. I'm going to bring over some parsley because I like a little parsley. I think we're good. I think we're good. And just stick that cheese right in there. There we go. Okay, I'm going to add in, I've got a little parsley. I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit to kind of across the top. Parsley is so good for us. And if you have homemade parsley, that's even better. Now, I didn't have any. I used all of mine up. I had some, and that I dried myself, thanks to Denise. She showed me how to do it in the little bags. And I love that. I could just put them in the bag, sit them in a place where they can continue to dry. And when they're ready, crush, crush, and put it in the jar. I love it. Love it. So we are helping each other, you know, in the kitchen, learning our tricks and tips. Okay, guys, my cheese has gotten just a little melty, and that's what we wanted to do. I'm also, and we added in our cream of mushroom, not cream of mushroom, cream of chicken and cream of celery soup. And so I'm going to give our dish a spray, even though this baking dish really is a non-stick surface. But, you know, for something like this, you just want to make sure that it is, see where you lay, but you want to pour and I hold, or which part do you want? You want to hold and I pour? We'll leave that there. We won't need the cheese, but you want to pour this or you want to hold? You want to do the pouring? Okay. All right. I'm going to pour that in there. Now, actually, why don't you, there you go. There you go. All right. Good job. All right. All right. There we go. Good job. I love it. Oh, yummy, yummy. Now, Ladybug, I'm going to use a spoon. That's it. Oh, yeah. You want to get something and see what you think? What's it need? It's good? Need any salt? Nope. All right. So we're throwing this over the dishwater. Now, why don't you smooth that out, and then we're going to sprinkle this cheese across the top. And we're going to put in some Italian breadcrumbs. So while she's spreading the casserole out, she's going to sprinkle on some cheese. We're going to sprinkle the cheese even with some breadcrumbs, and we're going to be good to go. It's good. And I still have a little bit of pasta. Now, how many of you know my secret with leftover pasta? It goes into a freezer Ziploc bag, not the water, just the pasta. So we'll drain the water, and the pasta will go into a freezer Ziploc bag and into the freezer. So when you want to make soup and you just want to add a little taste of pasta in there, like if you're making a hamburger, one of those hamburger soups, take this leftover pasta and throw it into your pot, and it's going to be just right for that soup. So let me take this off the heat. All right, Ladybug, we're going to sprinkle. We're going to sprinkle a little breadcrumbs, a few breadcrumbs. I'm going to take this off right now. We'll get those cleaned up. So I thought this was open. I guess I hadn't used it. Cool. All right, I'm leaving just a little bit. And let's start out with, I'm going to be nice since we have guests. Okay, you can sprinkle those across. We may need a few more, but that's an easy way to be able to do it. Just a little, because I know you don't like a lot of bready stuff anyway. Okay, you can finish it. There we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now, if you happen to have a little bit of butter, then you can take your stick of butter, slice up a few little slices. We're going to take this. And we are going to just kick this flavor up a bit. Now, so I'm taking my butter, and I'm using very, very thin slices. I'm not doing it like, not cutting tablespoons. So I have about 6 little slices that I'm going to drop in on top. Okay, I need one more. And that's going to make a really nice crust. There we go. And let me clean this up here. Let me get a paper towel. Wipe off the sides. And we're going to put this on a 350 oven and let this bubble and come up to temperature. All right, let me bring it over close so you can see it before it goes in. It's all about ready. It looks good, smells wonderful. Okay, now, all right, hit bake. And when you hit bake, it's up. That's going to go in there. Let's see what I got in here. I'm going to take this pan out and put this in the middle. Okay. All right, we're good to go. Whew. Dish 1. All right, let's think about another dish. Now, Ava, do you like tomatoes? Okay. So we're going to think about something we can do with tomatoes. And I'm leaving the butter out because we might need that butter. And I'm just going to throw away a few things and get them out of the way before we cut our fingers. Voila. Wash up our hands. We need some more. We're cleaning up, clean our hands, and getting things cleaned up here. And now that we got that in, now I have another pot of water, and you know, I just knew I had, okay, come on, power. I'm going to bring this up to a boil. Okay, and we're going to bring that up quickly because this is going to be one of those dishes that you have a choice. You can either prepare it that night and it's quick, or you can prepare it in advance. Now, let me get, we've got our chicken, and I had, pasta. We're going to use a partial box of pasta. You see it? The box of pasta? The box of spaghetti? Look for the spaghetti. Oh, is it behind the computer? Aha! Okay, we found it. Okay, this is our partial box of spaghetti. And if I were going to make a full spaghetti meal, then I would probably need the whole box. And you know, you can buy now gluten-free pasta, and for part of my family, they have to have gluten-free. But this isn't. This is just regular pasta, and that's what we're going to do. Now, so I've got that going, and we're going to need a little bit of our chicken because that's going to be a part of it too. We're going to need a skillet. Spaghetti. Okay, so we got our skillet, and in this skillet, I'm keeping up with some things. I'm going to need some olive oil, so as soon as our water comes up, I know we need olive oil. We're going to need a fresh tomato. So I'm going to let you choppy. Let's get him rinsed off. And we're going to chop this fresh tomato, and it really is going to be fresh. It's going to be very good. So we're going to sit that there. And like I said, I got lots of ramen juice. That'll be the last thing we put together because that's going to come together so fast. You know, ramen is really all about the broth. And we've done the hard part with the broth. It's ready. So we're going to chop up our tomato. Corinne's going to do that for us. So we have our chicken and pasta taken care of. And this is one of those dishes that I'm going to use 1 pan of diced tomatoes. Now, I just knew I had a can of the diced tomatoes with Italian seasonings already in it. But evidently, I must have used those up. And I didn't. So we're going to, I don't know why this isn't working today. You're giving me a hard time here. There we go. All right, we got that. Let's see if we can get it going. There we go. I must have been holding it crooked. Hey, all right, Corinne, we need cubes of tomato. And my suggestion, you do it like this. Put it in little slices, like we did our cheese. And then go from there. Okay? All right. So we've got a little onion here because, you know, onion is always necessary. And since I had a few dashes of green pepper still left, I'm just going to add that to the skillet as well. Now, I'm getting this skillet ready because when I'm speculating is that once this pasta cooks, it's going to be pretty quick. I have this up on high so that we can put that together very quickly. So I'm just kind of giving everything a little toss here because in less than 10 minutes, once that pasta's up, this dish is going to be ready. So we need a little house seasoning, and I'm going to add our house seasoning. I'm putting in about a teaspoon of house seasoning. And you know, my house seasoning doesn't have a lot of salt. So if you taste it and you need to add more salt, you can certainly do that. Now, so we've got the seasoning there, and the purpose of adding your seasoning early is so that the flavors of the seasoning can bloom. So you're going to smell this coming up very quickly. Now, I need to add a little extra garlic to this. So I'm going to add in some fresh garlic, fresh minced garlic. I'm going to come down here underneath of you. Thank you, Ladybug. All right. And I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of garlic in. Okay. So we got that going. I want this to be very rich tasting, and I want it to be a rich taste quickly. That's what we're shooting for. Now I'm going to take my butter. Remember, I set the butter off to the side. And this time I am going to add in a full teaspoon of butter. So we've got our olive oil, we've got our seasonings, we've got our butter, and that's ready to go. Okay, we've got all of that. I'm also going to add some of that. We've got parsley. I think I want a little extra. Let's see what I've got green. Well, I don't. But we're going to add in some herbs of Provence. And I'm just putting in about a teaspoon and rubbing them as I'm putting them in. Okay? So, herbs of Provence, house seasoning. That's good to go. I'm going to open up our tomatoes because when it's time to add those tomatoes, we're going to be almost done. I think it's time for a new can opener because this one is certainly acting up today. All right, so our water is just about at temperature, just about. So we're going to let that bubble, bubble, bubble. And like I said, we're dealing with a very small amount of spaghetti. And this could be for a small family. Or if you're fixing something, maybe dad's traveling or mom's traveling and you need something just for the kids, this is a good way to be able to bring this dish together. You already have your cooked chicken, and I'm going to divide each piece of each of these into threes. And I usually use my hand width as the break. So that's one break, and I'm going to break that in and put it in, and then one more break because I'm trying to stretch the spaghetti. Okay, and I have just a little more. And I've got a few more in here that are hiding. There we go. All right, that's empty. I'm going to take this and do the same thing. Bring them all together. That's 1, 2, 3. There we go. Give this a good stir. All right, I'm going to let that boil a minute. I'm going to add just a little salt. Just a pinch of salt. Large pinch of salt. There we go. All right, great. We'll keep that on the side because once we get this going, we're going to let this cook al dente because we're actually going to put this into the skillet and let it finish up. So we're going to let this cook. So what are you guys up to today? We're going to the movies. We're going shopping. We got some things we need to shop for the kitchen. And then we're going to the movies. And it's going to be a fun day. So what are you guys doing? Let's see. Oh, wrong glasses. Let me get my, there we are. Isn't it terrible when you have to have one pair of glasses to do one thing and another pair? Oh, Blue Skies, you are so nice. Oh, and that's great, a gorgeous day. We want it. Don't you just love those days? Oh, wow. Oh, not much sun in Scotland? Huh? I was looking to see if Louise sometime is on. She's out in North Dakota. And sometimes she is having an issue with weather because everybody across the country is not having this beautiful day that we're having. And those of you who are in other places, wow. Okay, now I'm going to let this sit for just a little while because we're going to need some of that pasta water, okay? So I'm going to put this over here until time to add it. Okay, now we are ready to put our skillet on. There we go. Skillet on, power. We'll put it on. Better put it on 5 so it'll come up. There we go. There we go. All right, Ladybug. Now, you're going to hold on to your handle so it doesn't spin with this. Now, this surface is not, this surface is not hot, but you don't really want to get burned. Hot, hot will be hot. So be sure to hold on to it there. Okay? All right, see how quickly that started? There, that's what we want. So we're going to let that cook. You can let them here. There you go. All righty. Now you see, we still got all of this chicken left to use. So that tells you we got a little more cooking to do today. Okay. Oh. It smells delicious. All right, keep going, Ladybug. All right, so I'm going to start to add in some tomatoes. And we're not going to cook these tomatoes long. We're going to put in some tomatoes. In fact, because we're okay with tomatoes, so we can add those in. And I'm going to let this sizzle. There we go. And then we'll add in some fresh tomatoes toward the end. There you go. Okay. Now we're going to add in, what did we say? We're going to put in a little parsley just to give it a little more kick. There we go. Let's stir that up. Turn it up. There we go. All right, guys. We're cooking with gas, as my mom used to say. And she was really doing some serious cooking. Now, our pasta's cooled off a little bit, and while Ladybug is stirring, I'm going to start to add in a little bit of this chicken. And because I didn't really cut it, I'm just going to take my tongs and break up. I had a couple of chicken breasts extras that I threw in. So I am just breaking it up because we don't want small pieces. We want our family to think that what we are giving them is a substantial amount. And, you know, typically if you have long, tall fellas, which I did, I had my son could eat you out of house and home. And so I always had to make sure that I had something that would fill him up. So here we go. Oh, that's what we want, ladies. We want that to boil. That's good. So I'm going to start to add in a little chicken. This is one of those weeknight meals. There you go. And I believe that. We'll get that off of there. There we go. All right. Stir, stir, stir. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's my girl. Okay, let me get our pasta. Okay, now I'm going to start to add in some pasta, but I'm also going to add in some pasta juice and actually water. Here we go. Because we're going to need a little extra liquid to cook. Okay, so I'm going to put in. Does it smell good? Y'all hear that? She said it's smelling good. That's what we want. Now, we know our pasta is al dente, and it's going to need to cook. Uh-oh, I dropped a little. See, I can do that. Because if my fingers get burned, it's okay. But if yours get burned, I'm going to be upset. Okay, there we go. Stir, stir, stir. There you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now you're going to need just a little more liquid. Put it in. There we go. Oh, that's going to be so good. You know what we need? We need a little bit of pepper. What do we do with our pepper? I think we brought pepper over this morning. He's probably over there feeling lost. I'm going to put in just a sprinkle or so of a little pepper into the mix. Now we got to make sure it's nice and seasoned. Let's see, how's our pasta coming along? I think we probably need just a little more water. Now, certainly, I could have added wine and some white wine if you happen to have some white wine. But because I know Ladybug's going to be eating this, I'm not putting wine in. And even though when you cook it, it's going to cook long enough to cook the alcohol out. And so we're going to, now, you know what we're going to add in here? One little touch of cream. We need a little cream. All right, keep stirring. Just keep stirring. There we go. Now, if you don't have cream, you could use just a little bit of milk, or if you want to add in some cheese or something like that, you can do that. But we're going to try to keep it pretty authentic if we can to the recipe. So get a little. And you can find cream, and sometimes cream is even on sale. You can get the store brand cream. You don't have to get some special brand of cream. And I have been known to even use some evaporated milk. So we're just going to add a little bit of cream. All right, and stir that up. Oh, yeah. Just a little bit. Turn it down so we can simmer. All right, you want to let it cook a little while? All right, we're going to put that down. We're going to turn it down. We got it on 2, and it is going to just come together. It's going to be so good. Let me put this back in the refrigerator because it's cream. And I'm going to take out a lemon because at the last part, we want to sprinkle just a little bit of lemon juice over that dish because it's going to give it such a fresh lift. And that's what we want. We want that freshness. Yeah, you know what, Layla? No, we won't need that anymore. That's going to go in the drawer down there. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask Ladybug in just a minute. You notice we chopped up a tomato, but we did not put it in so it would cook long. So I'm going to let her pick this up. We're going to pick it up like this and dump everything in. There you go. And it's going to be on top. There we go. All right. And we're going to let that stay on top while it's finishing up. So you've got canned tomatoes and only one little Roma tomato on top, which is going to make a world of difference to this dish. That freshness is going to be great. Let me rinse this off. And I'm going to slice this. Now, Ladybug, I'm going to take the seeds out. And because we don't want to eat our seeds if we don't have to. Okay, I think we got one more in there. We're gonna have to see. All right, so take this and we're gonna sprinkle it over. Squeeze and sprinkle. There we go. That's a girl. There you go. There you go. Woo. Honey, smell of vision. Bring it on. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I can't wait. All right, Layla, just throw that over in the sink. That'll be good. Woo-wee. Now, this is cooked down. The pasta is ready. I'm turning the heat off. And then I'm giving it just a little zhuzh in the skillet. Oh, man. This smells divine. Okay, Ladybug. Grab a fork. We need to give this a taste to see if we need to adjust the seasoning. Be sure to blow. Let's see. Think we need salt? A little bit of salt? Okay. Okay, now if you give everything a good stir. That is going to be amazing. All right. Now, this is dish 2. Ready. We've got dish one in the oven that's working. Let me check on it. I don't smell it yet. You know what? Did we not turn it on? Ah, okay. You won't believe this, but we put it in the oven, thought we had it ready to go, but it was off. So that's got to cook, but that's okay. So we're going to finish that up. Now we're ready to work on our last dish for today, and that's going to be our ramen. Yummy, 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 yummy. I'm going to set this over on the stove and out of the way. And put the top on it. There we go. All righty. Let's get I'm going to pour off some of this juice. And we're going to use this pot to do our ramen. Okay, now we had pasta left over, but we'll package it a little bit later. So we're going to put that over there by our eye, because we will definitely need it. Oh, yeah. We've got enough to make a little extra macaroni and cheese. Okay, she's on. Our power is on. We're going to turn her up. There we go. There we go. We got it up. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil. Okay. Now we have a little Asian background, and because of that, we knew exactly what we were going to need. So Corinne's coming over, and she's going to bring our sauces over, and we know we're going to need that. You know what, Corinne? I think we're going to need another onion, and we're going to cut that onion up. We have some green onion, and we're going to add some regular onion. It's so nice having my granddaughter in the kitchen. She is such a good helper and loves to cook. But you know, it's right down her Mimi's alley. We like to get in the kitchen. And it's so funny because when all the girls are around, everybody's in the kitchen but one, right? Well, two actually, because they're still young and they're too busy doing other things. But my older granddaughters, my two older granddaughters, they'll go in that kitchen and we will have a great time. Let me do some more washing on that. That is not ready. Okay, these need a little more cleaning. Okay. Then we're going to start slicing. Okay, now we've got our oil ready down there. So I'm just going to cover that up in just a moment. We're going to dice up these green onions, and I'm using a whole bunch. I'm going to keep some for our garnish at the end, and take out those that don't look so good. And those that look pretty good, we'll use as garnish. Some will have to cut, but then others will be able to keep. Okay, keep those. And those that look a little wilted, we'll get rid of those. You know, sometimes you get green onions and They look beautiful, but you know, we're getting into that season where we're going to start to see some really beautiful fresh vegetables. So I am just looking forward to that time when those vegetables are delicious. Okay, that was not so good. Okay, let's take this one off. Let's keep it hot. Okay. All right, buddy. There we go. You got all those for garnish. And we're going to chop these. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to put half of these into our skillet. But be careful because he's popping, okay? I want you to get popped. Okay, we're throwing in a little onion. You can let that saute just a bit. Where's my cheat sheet? Oh, okay. All right, we got our, we need some of our broth in. So I'm going to start adding broth. And I'm going to do that. Where's our scoop? Okay, I'll wash it. Okay, so I'm going to bring it over a little closer to where we are. It was hot when I first brought it out. It was really, really, really hot. So I am going to get this going. And get a little stir. Now, let me tell you, I did not go through a cheesecloth strain. I just strained off the chicken solids and let it go from there. So, I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay. That's pretty good. And do a little more. There we go. Now I'm going to turn this up. All right. So I'm going to put our leftovers over here because we'll be able to add more if we need it. All right, so let me get this out of the way so I can kind of get things going. I need a washcloth so we can wipe things off. We'll keep them clean for you. Let's try the flour ones, the ones in the bag, and see how they go. We have some new noodles that we're going to try today. They aren't the ones that you find in your regular little ramen packs that you buy in the packages, even though we love those too. But we're going to clean that off. Some of that wiped off. Okay, we got our garnish. Wish you could smell the cilantro. That's going to be a part of our garnish as well. I think we'll pour the water off. It's been sitting over here. We have lots of lime. And get rid of those things that we don't need. Return the butter to my butter dish. And we won't need those cans, those extra cans. So we want to stick them in the pan. Really good. All right, so I'm going to turn this up because I want this to come up to temperature for you. I'll put this on top, so hopefully it will boil, come up to a boil quickly. Now, you see, we still have quite a bit of chicken. I think you can probably see at this point, I'm trying to pull it out so you can see, we still have quite a bit of chicken. And so what I'm going to do is to pull some pieces because, you know, ramen has chicken, but you don't have to have a lot of it. And we can decide on how much chicken we want in our bowl. And we'll put that into our bowl, but I want our liquid to be screaming hot when we do that. So I'm just pulling that apart. Thank you. And, you know, if you didn't want to just pull it, you could certainly chop, do a little chop. Because remember, we're trying to feed our family. And this is more than enough chicken for a family of 4. More than enough. That's good. Good flavor. All right, you need one more bowl. Go get a bowl. Okay, now we go to Tom. Okay, and I'm going to give you the big fancy one. I'm going to take the other one. Come on, bring it up. And we've got our noodles. We're going to be ready to add noodles in just a little while. And these are floured noodles. And but they have rice noodles. If you prefer to have rice, Corinne, you want to go over and get that package of rice noodles. We have both. All right. So you want to hold it up so they can see it. Okay. So there's our rice noodles. And we have those, and those are rice ramen noodles. Okay. And if we decided we try the new noodles first. So I'm going to start to add our noodles because this is starting to boil. Oh yeah. And then I'm going to add put in a handful, one handful, you kind of break them up, you can hear them. 2, Lovey, you want to get, kind of give them a little stir, so we'll know when they are ready. 5. And these were like $3 for this gigantic bag. So we're going to get a lot of ramen out of this. Okay, give this a good stir. Okay. Now push those down in there. And you add, let's look at half the chicken. I'm going to add half the chicken in. Put in a few more minutes. Don't want to get carried away with the noodles because they'll soak up everything. And then you have to add the rest of that broth. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to add in some seasoning while Corinne's putting the chicken in. And we're going to be a little conservative at this point. We'll give it a stir and see what it looks like. And then we'll add more into the mix. There we go. Okay. We're going to put in the oyster sauce. And we're going to add in some soy sauce. Okay. So we're going to put this. A heaping teaspoon of the oyster sauce. And we'll taste it because, you know, this is one of those things you have to taste as you go. Hi, Joan. I can't see you. Let's see you. Kim, good to see you. See you this morning. All right. Let's add in some. Now, this is actually tamari. Tamari has a little richer flavor. It's still soy sauce. We're going to add in a teaspoon of tamari. And a teaspoon of or a couple of teaspoons of regular soy. Thank you. Now you all know I'm gonna get spoiled at this. Next week I'm not gonna know how to act. I got a helper, and that smells good, doesn't it? Oh yeah, girl. Now let's see. Grab a spoon so we can see. Because we don't want it too salty. Yeah. All right. I'm just giving it a little taste. Oh my goodness. Mm. 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 Yummy, yummy, yummy. What do you think? Is that good? All right, we're gonna throw in some green peppers that we cut. Throw those in. You think we need more noodles? Or we have enough? A little bit more? All right. We'll bring this over. And you can add in a little more. Just kind of break it up. Go ahead. There you go. I'm throwing in green peppers. Oh, fun, fun. I'm going to take a little slice of lime and just kind of add a little lime juice to it to freshen up that flavor. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, I think we need just a pinch of pepperoncino. Just a pinch. Now, if you were in an actual Asian restaurant, you would use, you can add this. I'm not going to put it in. I decided I better wait because I didn't want to get too much in for Corinne. But this is hot chili sauce, and I'm not sure how much heat Corinne likes. You like heat? Okay, well, we're going to put a little bit of heat in. She said she likes it. All right, let's give it a little swizzle. One out. There we go. Okay, stir him up. See how we're doing. Just a little. Papa can add extra if he wants to later on. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks so good. Noodles look good. Think we can turn it off? Think we need more chicken? Since we have it, we want to add a little more in. Okay, noodles are good. We're going to add in the last of this chicken just because we're not going to waste a thing. And I'm going to finish up. That chicken went a long way. 3 meals, guys. 3 meals. 3 nights of dinner. I love it. I hope our little homemakers, as well as those of us who are seasoned, are thinking about all the things you can do with 1 chicken. Okay, that's out of the way. Woo, she smells good, friends. Okay, now we're going to need 2 spoons. You're going to rinse these off, and we'll use these. And I'm going to, I forgot. I have. These little cutesy, aren't they pretty? These little cutesy bowls. So I'm going to serve up our soup. We can always come back for more. All right, so she's off. We're going to fix 3 bowls. And we're going to need 1 big size because you know the big guys don't want a little extra. Now, let me tell you what I have in the garnishes. We've got carrots. We've got a little celery. What else? We've got some cilantro and a little slice of lime so we can add that. So I'm going to take our scoop here. And we're gonna add in, we want good broth, we want chicken. Oh yeah, it's gonna be so good. Does that look good? All right, now we're gonna sit that there. I'm hoping you all can see. I'm trying to see where I am here. Okay, I'm kind of push it off to the side, and you can unplug that right there. Just pull that right out. Scoop this so that they can see all your hard work, girl. All right, so we've got our bowl. You want to add your carrots on the side. I'm going to start working on mine. Got my bowl. Noodles. Got some broth. Got chicken. Oh. It's going to be delicious. Got my green onions. There we go. There's another bowl ready. We're going to put our cilantro. We want him floating. And you know, cilantro just smells so good. But keep in mind, a little goes a long way. Corinne reminded me of that as I was cutting cilantro. She said, oh, Mimi, it goes a long way. I said, yes, it does. I've got some little strips of celery that we're putting in. So we can just add those little veggies along the way. And you know, this is really good if you have a little one who likes the fresh vegetables. Oh, smells so good. Let's put in some carrots. All right. And our wedge of lime. And actually, I'm just going to drop mine right in there. There you go. Got a napkin. I'm going to pull up there. I'm going to bring everybody over and let them be with us while we're tasting this. I'm bringing you over without spilling it. We have been quite busy this morning. We have a lot going on. I'm going to flip you around and try to put you at a point where I can talk to you and we can eat. So let's see. I think I can do this. Bring you down. And there's Corinne. I'm going to be right there. There we go. All right. Don't burn yourself. We're going to sit down here at the table and we're going to enjoy our lunch, our brunch as such. So guys, has this not been fun? We have ramen. We've got a chicken pasta casserole in the oven. We've got our chicken and spaghetti with tomatoes and all those good things that's finished and on the stove. Let me taste this. Wow, that's amazing. What do you think? You notice how quiet she is? She is over here. She's quiet as a little mouse. She is serious. She is getting into the bowl. Let's see if I can turn. There we go. So you can see. All right. Now, I have to get up here anyway so I can see. Thank you, Deb. I'm glad you have enjoyed today. We tried to keep things going. Took us a little bit, but we got it all done. So we have 3 finished dishes. ready for the week. We can certainly put all of this aside, or of course, we can eat a little bit today. So I am just I'm so excited that you were here with us today and able to be a part of creating these tasty and low budget meals. You know, our families need to eat. We need to be able to feed our babies. We need to feed the rest of our family. So I am saying to you that it doesn't have to cost a lot and it can be good. So I hope you have an absolutely wonderful, wonderful Saturday. And even if you're in a little cloudy area or a rainy area, you know, the sun shines all about what's in here anyway. So it's maybe a day for ducks, and they have a good time in the rain. So enjoy your time, enjoy your Saturday. I thank you for hanging out with me right here in the kitchen. And Corinne, you got anything you want to say? She said, that's all we got. So anyway, you know, I'll take pictures of everything and you'll get to see that later. So God bless you all. And I hope to see you Monday in the kitchen, ready for lunchtime. So see you soon.